so we can take things up a little.
Welcome back into Sports Drive, everybody. Joining us now, the head coach of the Canyon Lady Eagles girls basketball team, Coach Tate Lombard. Coach Lombard, thanks so much for taking the time and coming on the show.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, Coach Lombard, obviously season, fully in the swing of things now, approaching district play, coming pretty fast for you guys right before the Christmas holiday. You guys get into the swing of things. A battle with Dumas coming up for you guys. Just talk to me a little bit about what your expectations are for that game and how you're feeling headed into district.
Yeah, we're excited to get district season started. It's kind of early for a lot of teams. We have a big district, so it really gets on you fast here the second week in December. But really, I like the stuff that our team's doing. We're kind of working on some things and hopefully making strides from where we were the first part of the season. So whenever we start district play, we know we got to be ready, and we're excited to get a chance to play Dumas and get kicked off on Tuesday.
Obviously, just looking at the rankings, you guys coming in ranked 12th right now, which, I know caught a lot of people's eyes and saying that's too low to rank a Canyon basketball program. They must have forgot what this program is all about if they're ranking them that low. But is that something you guys pay attention to, or you might try to use as motivation at all for the team heading into district action?
Well, it probably depends on the day you watch us play. There's some days they're like, man, there's no way that team should be ranked. So, it's really something that you always want your program to be considered in that conversation, and we want to be, held to that standard. But it is just a ranking. It's not anything that I watch daily or see what happens. That was the first time I've heard about it since probably the preseason ranking. So,
yeah.
But no, it's really just trying to get our team playing as best as we can right now, and just kind of not take a day for granted and just keep getting better.
Well, us, that's just something that us media people pay too much attention to, but we just like to, it gives us it makes us feel like we understand a little bit more what's going on sometimes looking at that stuff. But exactly, I want to ask you about some of the specific players, and obviously you have a bunch of key players returning from last year. Obviously one that everybody was really excited about returning. Jaylee Moss had a great year last year as a sophomore, returning as a junior. Sydney Winfrey, another one that a lot of people are really excited to see what she can do this year. What have you seen from both of them during the non-district schedule? How do you feel like they've improved heading into this year, and what are you hoping to see from them in district play, and what's kind of been your message to them as far as and some of the other players on the team too, as far as what they need to do to continue to progress to where they need to be by season's end?
Yeah, it's kind of been them stepping into new roles this year. We had 8 seniors last year that really held together our team and kind of had great leadership roles. And so Sid and Jaylee had a chance to kind of just play last year. Now they got to lead and they got to bring their team together and those types of things. And they both been getting better at that every week. So. They both had great games, and they both saw needs to improve in different things. So Jaylee's been shooting the ball really well this season, and then she's really stepped that up in her game and as far as her overall game. And Sid's probably one of the most competitive players I've ever coached. She just plays extremely hard and impacts the game on both sides of the court. And so it's kind of the next step is getting them to bring the rest of the team with them, and especially when you got a lot of young players around them. And so that's something that we're definitely working on each game and each practice. And so it's something that we hope keeps getting better every game, every week. But I'm really proud of the way they're playing right now.
Absolutely, and obviously I do want to ask you about too coming up later on the schedule, because obviously it's a big deal. Obviously still a couple of weeks out from this, but do want to mention it because I don't know if we're going to have a chance to talk to you much about it, at least on Sports Drive before it comes. But the Tatum Tough Tournament, you guys hosting at Canyon, I know a very special one every year. Just talk to me about going into this year, just refresh everybody on what it means to the school and the area, and what you guys are hoping to have as far as the experience for everybody this year.
Yeah, no, it's a great event for our community. Travis Schulte, Tatum's father, is our head boys coach, at Canyon, and we've kind of he started this 3 years ago. This will be our 3rd year. It's been awesome for our community to be able to honor Tatum because she was such a great basketball player, as a young player, and it was something that we get to do together, and so to have a boys side and a girls side is a lot of fun. Each bracket has 6 teams, and the girls is from across the state. We have a couple teams from the Austin area, Waco area, El Paso, Metroplex, Tascosa's in it. So it's going to be a really good competition. You know, we're excited we get to host here at our place, and we're really looking forward to it.
And, you know, right after that, you guys get right back into the swing of things at district play. I do want to ask you, obviously, with district play starting tomorrow, what are your kind of expectations as far as the district goes this year? What stands out to you about the teams, the competition you guys will be facing, and what level of competition there is going to be within that district to, you know, see how the standings shake out, district champion, who makes the playoffs, everything like that? What are your kind of expectations going into it this year?
Yeah, it's really good. I feel like our district's even better this coming year than it was last year. So most every team had a lot of their core players back. You know, Randall's been playing really well. Sadie's been playing great for them, and West Plains has been making huge strides. They're playing really well right now. Hereford's been playing well. Pampa's been playing well. You know, there's so many good teams that you're gonna have to play well every single night out to have a chance to make the playoffs, really. So, and that's the team that's probably the most consistent is going to be the team that's going to have a chance to win a district title, and that's kind of what we teach with our team. Is just, you know, there's moments where we feel like we're in that mix, and there's moments that we're not there yet, and so it's just being consistent and being able to play every night.
And the first matchup of that new year will be the game against Randall, starting off at your place. And, you know, again, I'm going to mention it. I know it doesn't really matter, but both of you guys ranked right now 12 and 17. So that's something that we might play up a little bit once it comes around. But obviously, you know, even without saying that, we know both of these teams expected to be very good, make deep playoff runs this year, expected to, you know, make runs, hopefully at, you know, the regional tournament and getting there, and the goal being, you know, to get there and get past that, everything like that. So as far as that matchup with Randall goes, obviously, you know, we know everything that goes into it as far as it being a big rivalry matchup for the school itself, but as far as what it's going to mean, knowing that both of these teams are as good as they are this year, what are you excited for as far as that matchup goes, and what are your expectations as far as what that's going to be like for you guys to square off the first time this year?
Yeah, no, it's always a fun environment to be able to play. You know, to play in that game. You have 2 teams that both made the regional tournament last year, and so, you know, both returned some key players, and both have some new faces. So it's going to be a fun matchup, and, you know, there's several games before that one, but that's going to be one that we're definitely trying to gear towards, to where we can play well enough to have a chance to win that game like that. So, but no, it's always fun for our school district whenever we get to play, you know, Randall, West Plains, those guys. Those are always, you know, well, they have great turnouts. We fill gyms when we do those, so it's a lot of fun.
And you mentioned
one thing we're going to have for the 19th when we have West Plains is that's our Coaches versus Cancer night, and so we expect to have a great crowd that night to honor Faith McGuire, who's one of our softball players who's been battling cancer for a couple of years. So we're excited to have that as well.
That's awesome. That's December 19th at Canyon. Game will start at 6. Thanks so much, Coach Lombard. We appreciate your time as always. Thanks for talking with us. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back to wrap things up on Sports Drive after the break.